You want to
Okay.
press record and then we can,
Go
did you
ahead.
start?
Yep, you're recording.
Okay, great. Thank you. And we will, this is being recorded right now, so we can forward this presentation to all those that would like to hear it, because I think we're going to have some great information to share tonight. Thank you for choosing to be here with us and hear a little bit about our stories. What we're going to do is walk you through what you need to know about CBD, share a little bit about our personal experiences, and then share information about our solutions. And but what we thought we would do is we're going to do it in somewhat of a open discussion kind of interview type of format. So I'm just going to start and introduce myself. I'm Laura Siebko. If you don't know me, I'm a director with Green Compass. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I have a husband, 2 teenagers, and 3 rescue Labradors. And my day job is I'm a healthcare consultant. I come from almost 2 decades of experience in the pharmaceutical and device industries, and now I write training and development. But my true passion is wellness, and that's why I am here with Green Compass. I always have found it very joyful to see people in my life have great experiences with wellness solutions that I share with them. And Green Compass has been a gift to me because I've been able to do that as well. So Elise is my partner in crime. I've known Elise for, gosh, 30 years, over 30 years, which is frightening to say that I'm that old. But I just wanted to leave it to you, Elise. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, my name is Elise Mengeson, and I live in Utah, outside of Salt Lake City, in an area called Emigration Canyon. And we recently moved here just this past fall from the Detroit area, which is where I'm born and raised. And I am a public relations director in the healthcare field. I work for a very large healthcare organization. So my work is pretty busy right now, as you can imagine, due to the current climate, as we call it. And let's see, Laura and I went to college together. I am married to my wonderful husband, and I have a 14-year-old daughter and a 1.5-year-old, very active golden retriever puppy. So,
And she's a very busy lady right now, so I'm really glad you're here with us. Very busy lady. So we're going to first start with what CBD is, because some people really don't know what it is. It's there's a lot of buzz about it in the marketplace, but what is it? Will it make me feel high? So let's talk a little bit about it. Is that the marijuana and the hemp plant are basically part of the cannabis species, if you will. So they are cousin plants. They look the same, they smell the same, but they don't act the same. So marijuana is the plant that gets people high. Obviously, it's high in THC and low in CBD. And hemp, where CBD comes from, has a very high level of CBD and minuscule amounts of THC. In fact, CBD is the most robust compound within the hemp plant. And if you think about it, it's kind of like the essential oil of the hemp plant. So CBD is non-intoxicating. It must be less than 0.3%, have less than 0.3% THC for it to be hemp. So there's a difference. And a lot of times people will say, oh, CBD, that's going to get me high, or, oh, you're talking about marijuana. But no, there's are distinct differences between the two. But let's talk a little bit about why there's so much noise around it right now and how does it work? Because when I heard about CBD, I really had no idea or no clue how it worked. But first of all, why is there so much noise around it is that, just last year, the United States basically, well, every single state in the US said you can now grow hemp legally. So you could make CBD and use hemp in other things, because you can make fabrics out of it. You could use oil, use it to cook with. There's several different uses for hemp oil as well as CBD oil. So that it was legal to grow in all 50 states. So that became an open door for people to start growing it and making products out of it. So that's one thing. But the other thing is that CBD has been around in medicine for thousands of years, but really the scientists have just really discovered it. So in the 1990s, they discovered the bodily system called the endocannabinoid system, and that's our body's management system. And this system basically spans across our 11 major body systems, so it works across our entire body. And what happens is you have these receptors in this endocannabinoid system, the CBD1 and the CBD2, and you can see those on the right hand of the slide. And those act as kind of like they're receptors in your body, so they're kind of like the lock. And then actually CBD comes in and it triggers those receptors, and that's what puts your body into homeostasis. And so it really allows your body to act as it was created to act. But what's really interesting is that your body will use CBD however it feels it needs to use it. So it will prioritize whatever your body needs. So for example, if you think, well, I hear that CBD can help people with anxious feelings, but you take it and you're starting to sleep better, well, that's because your body needs sleep before it might need to have it might need sleep better to help you manage those anxious feelings. So it's a really interesting, but it helps your body work in its natural way that it should work. And what's really fascinating is with all this research, if you go on NIH.gov, which is National Institute of Health.gov, you'll find a ton of clinical studies around the effectiveness of CBD. You can also look at projectcbd.org. So look on those resources if you want more information, because I'll tell you that I'm not a healthcare provider. I'm educated in CBD, but I'm not a healthcare provider. And I'm never going to, we'll never ever claim that CBD is going to treat or cure anything. We are just here to share the potential benefits and educate people on this is how it works, and this is why we're hearing so many great stories about it. So with that in mind, I just wanted to kind of give the floor to Elise. I wanted to ask you personally, how has CBD helped you? If you could share a little bit about your story.
Well, I had thought about CBD use, I guess we can call it, for a long time. Just merely because I'm in the healthcare industry, and it has become such a hot topic, or it's been such a hot topic maybe for the last 5 to 8 years. And I work with many clinicians, and so as I would see studies that would come across, or I would see notes on research programs, things like that, I was always curious. And I was diagnosed with epilepsy almost 20 years ago after a very horrible illness and coma, etc. And came out of it with a severe type of epilepsy, which has since I've been able to manage it a little bit better. But I began to hear and see a lot of studies on both medical marijuana and CBD for seizure control. So like I do with so many things, I asked a lot of the folks that I am privileged to work with, and there were a lot of varying opinions, but most of them were positive. And so I had thought about it. I had even, tried a little bit here and there, some CBD oil, maybe that I had stumbled across at Whole Foods. And then Laura, when she began to work with Green Compass, she, kind of pushed it a little bit more with me. And she's always been one that has, pushed helping myself, trying to, help treat my illness as life goes on. And I loved the fact that, number one, Green Compass really didn't make any claims. I would never, even though I live with a severe neurological disease, I would never tell anyone that my, using CBD has cured me or has treated me. But I was impressed with Green Compass and how they kind of slowly, got into the market. And I was always told by the folks that I consulted with that, a natural product, an organic product, farm to shelf product was the best way to go. So I talk to a lot of people. I do a lot of speaking with folks in the epilepsy community. And a lot of the doctors, a lot of the neurologists, the epileptologists that I really trust are very, very supportive of CBD oil. So I, began to use it, and I use it I take it as a supplement to my medications. I will not, I'm one who I'm not going to risk, something very tragic. But I take it alongside with my medications. And then I also have an implanted device, a VNS, a vagus nerve stimulator, that also helps offset my seizures. So, I was happy to hear people's success who live with neurological conditions, whether it was epilepsy or MS, that were using Green Compass. So, for me, it's been a very good addition to my other treatments. And I think in terms of one of the things that I've told Laura before is, I may have begun to look at Green Compass and to use Green Compass CBD because of my, my desire to better control my seizures, but it also helps me in many, many other ways, which I think is great.
Mhm. Mhm. Thank you. And Elise is a very strong woman, and she's been through quite a journey. Like, she speaks of it very factually, and this is kind of what I've been through, but she's been through multiple surgeries, and there's a lot of things she's been through. So just having the opportunity to take part just to help to support in her wellness is extremely rewarding for me. Um, and so like you mentioned, Elise, if you look at the 11 organ systems that it works across, right? So that's what's amazing about this plant, is that we see that people with so many different needs, it can help so many different people in so many different ways. That's what's truly amazing to me, for our physical and our mental well-being. And so I just put up a couple. I asked a few people that that I introduced Green Compass to just share, their thoughts on it. So I just wanted to read a couple of them because I think it's really interesting. You see kind of what Elise's experience is, and then you look at some other folks. My friend Maggie, she said, I've been trying to find the right words to describe how CBD has benefited me. I am a retail manager. I've been in that role for 25 years. This has taken a physical toll on my feet, ankles, and legs. Taking CBD before work keeps me comfortable and mobile all day. And after a particularly physical day of work, my aches quickly fade away, which is great because this is helping her quality of life. And she's also a runner. So I didn't add everything that she had put in her comments to me, but she runs and it helps her with her recovery as well. And then a friend of mine, Kobe, he owns a gym and he's a fitness trainer. And he said his experience with CBD has been amazing. He never thought he'd take a CBD oil, that oil could help him so much. He's noticed it with his sleep, his anxious feeling, his discomfort, and he's able to focus more. So I was actually blown away when I asked him how it's helped him. So it's very fascinating to me how this one plant can do so many different things. And so if you look at, well, I guess, Elise, you kind of already explained why Green Compass. And if you look at why I even said, I'm kind of interested in Green Compass, was so much of it had to do with the quality and the experience and what this company is about. Because, I'm a little bit like Elise in the fact that coming from the healthcare industry, quality and understanding the science is so critically important to me. And our farmers are based in Wilmington, North Carolina. They have 6 generations of agricultural experience. And they're actually leading the hemp pilot research program in North Carolina. We actually collaborate with the University of North Carolina, the agricultural department, and we train other farmers. In addition to that, we built a lab on the UNCW's site out in Wilmington, and it's a research and development lab because our company wants to look at other technologies and other ways to deliver CBD that will enhance people's lives. But again, it's all about the quality. That's the key thing that this company focuses on. But those are truly our farmers, the guys who are out there in the fields leading our efforts every day. And so when we look at, I'm going to go through the 7 facts that I always think that people should know about before they buy CBD. And this is, again, one of the reasons why I said, yeah, I really want to try Green Compass, is because Green Compass nailed all of these things. The first one is a certificate of analysis. And basically that's a third party looking at the CBD and documenting what's in the bottle. Because right now, this industry is not regulated, which is not a good thing. We are looking forward to regulation coming into play, because what will happen then is people will get what they're supposed to get. If you Google Dr. Oz CBD right now, you can find YouTube videos about his team that went out and pulled CBD off of health and wellness store shelves, and they took it to a third-party lab and they looked at the CBD, and what they said, what was said was in the bottle was not in the bottles, whether it was too much THC, whether there was no CBD in it. So there's a lot of great CBD companies out there, absolutely, but there's a lot that are not putting in what they say is in their bottles, and consumers need to be educated. So if you're going to purchase a CBD, it has to have a certified analysis by a third party. And every bottle that Green Compass makes has a little code on the bottom that you can scan, and that document that's on the screen will come up so you can see everything that's in the bottle. The other thing is the soil and the organic. Those two come hand in hand. Hemp absorbs the contaminants out of the soil. And so whatever's in the soil is going to be in the hemp, is going to be in the CBD. So it really, really is critical to have organic soil. And Green Compass has been farming on organic soil since the 1970s, which is awesome. But it's really disheartening to know that over 70% of the CBD right now in the US is coming from other countries. And so what's happening is we're not sure where that hemp is grown to make that CBD. So a great deal of that actually is coming from China, and China grows hemp to clean their air and to clean their soil. So that's critical. You need to get CBD that's been grown on organic soil. And USDA is important because that's a stamp of approval saying that you've been growing on organic soil for several years versus maybe just the last 2 or 3 years. Because if you've been growing on organic soil for just the last year or so, the contaminants and the pesticides could still be in the soil. The last 4 things is the extraction process. That really, it's environmentally friendly, and it really preserves the plant the best. It's not the cheapest, and we don't pass that along to the consumer, but it's just the best way, and we'll always do everything the best way. The other thing is where the CBD is coming from, and it should really, to have the highest quality CBD, it should come from the flower of the plant, because that's where the CBD is the richest. So if you have the aerial parts or the stems, and sometimes that's promoted as a good thing, it might actually dilute the CBD. So really just coming from the hemp plant is the best. And looking at the color of it indicates the level of processing and how pure it is. And as you can see, CBD, Green Compass is clear and golden. And then finally, it's what's the carrier oil. MCT, or coconut oil, is the best one to have because it really does take most of your CBD to your body and absorbs it the most. So those are the 7 things. Those are the reasons. Those are the things that whatever CBD you purchase, if you're deciding to try it, that's what you really, really need to look for. And that was the differentiator for me. So now I wanted to do the fun part. I wanted to talk a little bit and ask Elise about what some of her favorite products were, because when I started, I just started using our oil, and there's several that we have, but Elise, can you share with me your favorite products?
Well, right there, you have the perfect picture right there, the cinnamon flavor tincture with the full spectrum, which I use 750 milligrams. I also love, this is so crazy, but I love the lip balm. as silly as that sounds, I think we have maybe one in every room. I love the lip balm. It's probably the best you'll ever use. The soaks, Laura has the soaks up there. Um, they're extremely hydrating and relaxing. And, after a horrible long day and stressful day, they're absolutely terrific. Um, there is, the lotions are great. There's and I'm hoping and praying maybe someday they'll come out with this, you can really purchase it in like a larger size. But there was a holiday package. I think it was first, what, Laura, for Christmas time and then Mother's Day, the peppermint lotion that was so good. I love that. And I've tried some other products, but those right now I think are kind of my go-to. I know there are, I've heard from you, people have loved the face treatment. I have not tried it yet. I have not tried it yet, but yeah, my mom loves the new product, the brand new product. She's crazy over that.
Oh yeah, the boost. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The boost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's terpenes. So there's no CBD in that.
Right.
It's just terpenes, and terpenes come from the hemp plant, and they give plants their aroma and their taste, and they have a lot of properties that help obviously boost, support your immune system. So that's a brand new one that we came out with. So your mom likes that one, huh?
Yeah, she does.
Yay. I love it. Well, and for me, her mom's the best ever. We love Carol. For me, yes, I love the bath soaks. And I have to tell you that I was not a bath taker, but I love to take baths now. I mean, I really look forward to it. And there was actually, I sleep so well after I never nap. And I took a bath one afternoon. It was this Saturday, and I slept for 3 hours in the afternoon. And I don't nap. And I'm not suggesting you sleep for 3 hours, but I will tell you that it was amazing. So I love those bath soaks as well. And then and this is the other thing. So I love the oils. My dogs take the oils as well. I have a dog with autoimmune. She was actually in that hospital, had to have a blood transfusion. So just for, her overall health and wellness, we have her on that. Oftentimes we hear, I know that I've had friends use it for dogs when they get anxious in the storms. And we also hear that it really helps them with discomfort as they age as well. The roll-ons are wonderful. It's a blend of essential oils and CBD. And my favorite is the Calm, which I love. And this one I use every night on my wrist, and I put it on my daughter too, every night on my wrist. And then I just kind of put it across like that. Now I'm going to fall asleep early if that's going to be it. But this is a wonderful one as well. But we have several different ones for you. And then one of my favorites is the Reduce Topical Cream. This is great for athletes and, well, really anyone. But it's great for acute type pain. It has like that menthol-y. Have you tried this one yet?
I've tried. So I use that. I have carpal tunnel, which I know I should have surgery for it, but how do we all take off time to have carpal tunnel syndrome, right? So I use it on my pain, with my carpal tunnel from, years of being a writer. And it's great. It works extremely well.
That's great. Now is that the Reduce or the
Reduce? The Reduce.
Oh, really?
I use
Okay.
Reduce
Yeah.
on that. Yes.
That's great. Okay. I didn't know you were using that. That's wonderful. Okay. So and then the patch is great. There's two things I love about the patch. The patch, it's a transdermal patch, and you can leave it on for 96 hours. It's water resistant. Now for me, I'll be honest, for me, it won't stay on for 96 hours. That's just me personally, maybe because I'm showering and I'm sweating a lot, but I can keep it on for 3 days. And it's just it's a slow release of CBD, and it's $12. I mean, that's just the best deal ever. So I love the patch. We've heard great things about that as well. The Soothe is wonderful for skin conditions and aches as well. And then our Boost that we talked about, and then the hand sanitizer is new. And that one I've actually sent out to several nurse friends that I have. because they're constantly washing their hands. And so it really does offer them a lot of moisturizing components to it. So it does help them as well. So those are kind of some of our favorite solutions that we have. Again, everything that we create is organic, and we create everything. So the company plants the seed, and that for the hemp plant, and everything we do is we make it till it gets to our door. So there is no one touching our stuff. There's no third party vendors. The only people that look at what we make are the third parties creating the certificate of analysis, saying these people are telling the truth. This is what's in their product. So that's pretty cool. These are our founders, Meredith and Sterling Cook. Our company was founded on this woman's love for her child. When she had she had her children, she had postpartum depression. Her brother told her to try CBD. She did. It really, really helped her with her symptoms. And then when her kids got older, she wanted to give them CBD for their overall wellness, but she didn't want to give them a CBD that she took. A lot of times as moms, we'll use something that we won't give our kids. So she asked her husband, who is one of the largest international organic sweet potato farmers in the world, if he could grow hemp. And so then he went to our farmers that you saw in the slide that I showed you before, and he said, hey, we're friends, we're friendly competitors. I'm thinking about growing some hemp. What do you think? And they said, we're already growing it. So they started growing hemp. They started making CBD. They started telling their friends about it in Wilmington, North Carolina. They were going to first just going to say, okay, well, maybe we'll just start a little company. We'll go to pharmacies and doctors' offices. But what they found is that people, just like Elise tonight shared her testimonial, people just started finding out about it. So they said, you know what, we think that more people can find out about it if people just tell their friends about it. So, a couple of things that make this company different is that we do have the highest quality standards. We only focus on CBD products. We have a true passion for helping people feel better and live better. And that's why I got into this, because that's always been my passion, is wellness. And we truly do have experts. We have, the largest sweet potato farmer, one of the largest in the world. We have, 6 generations of farmers. So we truly have industry professionals, and everything that anyone orders, they have a money back guarantee. So there's no risk. You try it, you don't like it, you have 30 days, you can return it. And what's really amazing is in our first year, our tiny little company that started in Wilmington, North Carolina, we had a goal that we wanted to share enough CBD that we would potentially maybe sell $1 million. We just want to, go out of the gates, help people. And that's what we could do to maybe cover our costs and make a little bit of money. Well, the company actually sold $11.5 million of CBD in our first year, only by people sharing their testimonials. And that's the most important thing, is that we're helping people. They're sharing something that has helped them and changed their lives. And that's really the most important thing for us. So with that, Elise, I wanted to just open it up to you to see if you had anything else to add before we close up.
I'm good. It sounds good. Thanks for letting me talk, Laura.
Well, and thank you for being on. I'm so grateful for your trust in me. And thank you. And you can stop the recording and maybe open it up.